When we talk about application development, most of the companies, they don't just develop one application at a time. They actually develop different business applications. So you have, for example, a CRM system. You have provisioning application. You have something like a cashier system. You have a billing system. And all this needs to be developed at the same time. If you have them as existing already, you need to update them or to improve them at the same time as well. So uh, we don't just imagine that one organization would just have one development team. And the good thing is the scaled agile framework actually gives us a good guide on how to develop business agility and achieve as well application security with that. So what we are showing you here is actually a good overview of the scaled agile framework in terms of agile application security. It all starts with team and technical agility. What you need to develop is a cross-functional agile team. They're created to do almost everything. So that's from the design to the coding to the checking, testing, and to the deployment. So if you have these teams of 5 to 11 people team to work on small components, then that's what you need to develop, a team and technical agility. When you achieve that, then you could have an agile product delivery as well, because you have a DevOps mindset, you have a culture to create automated continuous delivery pipeline. And that's what you could leverage to achieve an enterprise solution delivery as well. And all these small projects, when you put them together and you manage them, you always have to link it to the business objectives, because you don't just develop applications for nothing. Security is not the first goal. Okay, security is will follow depending on your business requirements, and that's the job of the portfolio management. It constantly aligns enterprise strategy and execution to what you are developing in in the application. And this also lets you achieve organizational agility. You develop a continuous learning culture. You don't assume that what you know is enough for the future. No, you continuously evolve. And everything should have to be orchestrated by lean, agile leadership. So the scaled agile framework is not, it's not for every organization as well. It's really a guide when you need to grow. Normally, we don't really want to just remain lean or small, but what it tries to teach us is that you don't grow the agile team, the small team, because you lose agility when you are bigger. But if you do it properly, if you follow this framework, then you could grow bigger, you can scale, and at the same time keep your agility. So that's the good news as well. We have two good news already on the application development. And another third good news that is also being the trend right now is to deliver useful product from the first iteration. This is a term that you would usually hear now, like focus on the MVP, on the minimal viable product. What do we mean by that? I have here like two sets of progressing pictures, so to say. And the top one is what we would like to show you is how the traditional mindset or the waterfall mindset works actually. And this is true, it's not just for software development, it's also in any product development. So what we usually do before is to have a complete idea with all the details in it, with all the functionalities and all the features that we want to put together. We complete that idea, what we needed, and then you put it to the design, and then you start to work on it little by little. You don't release it until everything is there, until everything is working. You take your time. That is, well, when you release it, you're more or less sure of what you release. It's also good, but again, it takes time. And if we talk about the trends now, when everybody is like, "I'll give us something," so that's where the minimum viable product works actually. And it's just a matter of changing the mindset. So you try to develop an agile mindset. And how do you do that? So you think of an idea and think of it just an outline, just enough to be useful, and enough to show a complete product that could already be used. And you don't need to put all the features and all the details in it. So as you can see in the bottom sequence of figures, we have here like a basic building, not so much detail in it. And then on the third, maybe you put a little bit colors to it already. It's like a basic features in a product. And maybe this is already sufficient for other people to try. And you leverage on those people who are called early adapters, because what they do is they want to be part of the development. They want to be part of the design. They would try to try the better version, for example, and then they will scrutinize it and they would say, oh, they would give you feedback. For this one, I think it's better that you remove this feature. It doesn't work well. Or you better change the color of this one. You better change the format of this one, and things like that. So you are able to provide the minimum viable product, and your customer, your target market, is actually helping you design the product. This is a better mindset if you notice. So you just think of an idea, and then you help it develop over time. And that is how also you develop agility.